Coming to you from the great state of Wisconsin, this is a CS27 Studios production. You're listening to the Binary Brothers Podcast featuring Ryan and Clay. It's time now to open your ears and prepare your mind because life's too short to be constrained in black and white. So without further ado, here are your hosts, Ryan and Clay.
Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Binary Brothers Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, is Clay.
It's me.
It is. As is tradition.
Yep.
I love it. We're here to fill your ears with some sweet, sweet sounds about a certain topic this time. Clay, what's that topic?
Like many times. This one is unique because we've never done it before. That's what makes it unique.
A never-before-done episode.
For us, yeah. So, today's topic is video games. Discuss video game-related things and all that fun jazz.
Right. I'm sure that a large number of our listeners probably play video games, right? In some form or fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very general topic, really.
Very...
From mobile app games, which pretty much everyone plays to some extent. Even like my parents play it,
right?
And then you got the super crazy AAA console mega games that a lot of people do play, but most likely not parents, or at least our parents.
Definitely not. It's a whole thing.
I mean that's generalizing. There are some that do, but
not all.
It's not the target audience, Ryan.
But first, let's warm the people up.
Oh, we should definitely do that because I don't even feel like I'm warmed up yet.
We're not. I'm personally not ready yet to talk about.
Definitely,
I'm not ready to get in depth on games yet. I think that we should start out with our classics, right? You know, maybe a little bit of music.
A little bit of that maybe sounds good.
What we're listening to these days. So what are you listening to? What's your current jam?
Right now I kind of started I just kind of went and started listening to some Green Day lately. Just kind of going through their stuff. They don't have a new album right now. I think their latest album was like in 2016, which it was a really good album, by the way. I very much recommend it.
Okay. What's the name of that one?
Revolution Radio.
Ah.
It's got some really good rips in it. Some good tracks. But like I kind of started listening to. I was just kind of going through their discography because they've really kind of been like everywhere. It's kind of weird, like just going through their history, and so, but I kind of got stuck on their 21st Century Breakdown album.
Yeah,
which I think a lot of people kind of when American Idiot hit, like
right,
it kind of that band went a different direction, which I actually really liked the American Idiot album.
Oh, I love that album. Yeah.
Fantastic to me, but a lot of people, based on like the early parts of Green Day's career, it was something they really didn't want. But then they took it a step further with the 21st Century Breakdown, and I was listening to it, and I never really got into it, but I've started listening to it a bit more, and there's actually some really, really good tracks on it. You got to give it a couple listens, but
right.
And there's filler tracks in there too. It's not. I wouldn't say it's as good of an album as American Idiot, but there's some really good tracks in there. So, and then after that, they kind of went and did this like 3-album thing where they released like 3 albums, Uno, Dos, and Tres, or Trey, or whatever. They released those like basically all at once. Or within the span of like 3 months.
Yeah, they're all like the same year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like one right after the other, they released them, which is really weird. I think, if I remember correctly, the lead singer was like, well, they were pretty much like on just everything at the time. And they, Billy Joe Armstrong actually ended up going to like rehab and stuff, and and then their latest album was the first album after that whole thing, which is Revolution Radio, and which I think is actually a really good album. But that's kind of what I've been listening to. What about you?
I, sir, have been listening to a brand new song by a classic group, for me at least. Say Anything.
Say Anything.
Yeah, Say Anything is the group. It's an alternative indie, rock group.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a brand new song called Days. And that came up in my, new releases / you'll probably be interested in this list of stuff on Google Play Music. And I was just like, yes, let me listen to new music by them. Say Anything is a band that Weiss actually exposed me to.
Oh, really?
In college. And there's a couple songs from Is a Real Boy is one of their albums that I liked. And I liked some of their, older, mid 2000s stuff. And then I kind of wasn't really listening to everything from them, but they had a couple, their most recent couple albums I listened to, and they kind of missed me. My first listen through, I was just like, this is similar to what they were doing before, but it's not enough that it was different in a way. Going back and listening now, I'm like, this isn't all that different from what they were doing before. And I don't know, maybe I just wasn't into that type of music at the time.
Could be, yeah.
Or anything. But now, definitely back into it. Days is a new song that they released, a couple weeks ago. And I've been listening to it again, just love it. Solid song. Solid thing from them. It does remind me more of some of their old, their most recent album. So I'm down. I love them. I love that band, and the lead singer from that band is part of another group called Two Tongues that I don't know if I've mentioned on the show before.
I don't recall you mentioning it.
Yeah. So Two Tongues is the lead singer from Say Anything and the lead singer from Saves the Day.
Mm.
Them together. They have their group called Two Tongues, and they have 2 albums out together. And they were supposed to go on tour, and they were coming to Milwaukee, and I was super excited. Yes, definitely gonna go see Two Tongues. And then they canceled the tour and released an album, and I was like, oh.
Well, at least they released an album, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is basically at the same time, I heard about them going on tour, and then they dropped an album and announced that they were not doing the tour anymore, but that they were going to tour at some point.
Yeah,
but it does.
I was gonna say that's kind of interesting, because usually bands will just tour right away to support an album. That's the main reason to tour.
Yeah, it was their tour was gonna start so close to that second album coming out that I was just really surprised that they canceled it. So I'm not sure why, but the fact that they were going to show up in Milwaukee it leaves me hope that they will show up if they ever do go on tour.
It's on their radar. It's a place that they recognize on the map as a decent spot to go and perform.
Hey, this town likes music. Let's go there.
I think that's about it, yeah.
But yeah, I'm Say Anything, Days. Solid track. Should listen to it.
I shall give it a listen after the show. So, I'm looking forward to that. But I think there's some bigger things that we might be looking forward to in the future.
What are you looking forward to? I personally am looking forward to a couple things. So, the first thing being, the fans are getting a twofer this time.
Ooh, lucky
2 things I'm excited for. Episode 18. Lucky number 18.
For sure.
That's what they say, right? That's a lucky number? That's what everybody...
I've never heard it not be a lucky number.
That's true. So, thing the first. Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Exactly. Playoffs.
Talking about playoffs?
We are into the playoffs for my semi-professional football playing. And we won the first game, the first round of the playoffs.
Ooh.
We made it. And now we have this next weekend off. But after that, we are going in the second round. We're playing the Hitmen. And I'm excited.
Crosstown rivalry.
Crosstown rivalry, right? So yeah, I'm excited to still be playing. You know, you get into that point where
the foosball.
Yeah, there's definitely there's no guarantee that you're gonna have another week to play or anything. There never is because you could end up getting hurt or whatever.
Right.
But just from a outside of getting hurt standpoint, we're at the point where every single game could be the last one of the season, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
exciting.
It's exciting. I am excited for that. And then the other thing that I'm excited for is I guess it's actually a couple things. I'm excited to go see Churches with.
Yeah, we still gotta buy tickets for that.
We'll get tickets. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, we got it.
But Churches is a thing. The other thing that I'm excited for is another concert. It's
a lot of concerts on your radar here.
A lot of concerts on my radar.
At least two.
At least 2 whole concerts I'm planning on going to. This second one is the lead singer from Motion City Soundtrack, which is one of my favorite bands.
Oh,
Justin Courtney Pierre. He's now going solo because
what?
He's the band. Motion City Soundtrack was together for a while, and then they lost their drummer. He was not family, and the rest of his life got in the way and everything. So he's just I can't do the band anymore, and so he was out of the band. And so then they did an album with a different drummer, and then they announced that they were going to be done as a band. They were going to go on they're going to do a final tour,
farewell tour.
A farewell tour with the original lineup. So the original drummer joined them for the tour. And my wife and I got to go see them on their farewell tour, which was awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
And then so I've been following this guy on social media for forever, and he's I'm doing solo stuff now. And so I went to go pre-order his album on vinyl because I've got this vinyl collection, and I'm just trying to amass random records. Right. I think it's cool that they still press records.
Well,
I guess
it's kind of come back a little bit.
Yeah, so it's funny. Record sales outdid CD sales, I think, or something recently, some format. But yeah, so I went to go pre-order his album, and I went to his website, and I clicked a link, and it went to absolutely nowhere. It went to a site where you were supposed to be able to pre-order his album, and it was just it had other musicians on it, but not his stuff. So I tweeted at him, and I said, "Hey man, I'd like to pre-order your album. Where do I go?" And he sends me the link to the site, and I go there, and I said, "Is there supposed to be something that is you on this website?" And he's just I think so, with a question mark. He was confused. He didn't understand why I couldn't find his stuff either. I don't know what happened, but it ended up getting fixed. But I got the pre-order in and everything, and then the other night, another one of his posts, he's touring. And right away for this initial album, like you said, typically you tour with your album.
Right, yeah.
And he's coming to town, so I was yes, getting tickets, gonna go see him. Should be good. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's though. So that's far off.
I feel like we should try and get him to explain his side of the story here on this podcast.
Ooh, maybe
now that you have an in with him, he's responded to you on Twitter, so you have an in.
He's responded to me.
He knows you personally now
on Twitter and Instagram.
Oh crap! I
told him
you got to get him. We're gonna get him on the show.
I'll hit him up. And see if I can get him on the show, just to talk about, if nothing else, just that.
This is new album and everything. We can talk about everything. We can help promote him a little bit. His new solo venture, right?
I'm gonna reach out.
Yeah, we got this.
We're gonna have to. We could at least invite him, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the least we can do, right?
Worst case scenario.
Worst case, Ontario. I'll just invite him.
Did you say Ontario?
Do you not?
I don't, and I haven't, but I might now because you did it.
I mean, I can't take credit for it. I didn't create it. I didn't come up with it.
Well, I'm not saying you did, but I think that...
The good old Trailer Park Boys reference. I'm telling you, you should watch that. If you like Letterkenny...
Okay, so you know what's funny is I did.
Oh.
I'm into season 6 of that now.
Oh, then okay, never mind. Then you should recognize where that's from. Good old Rickyism.
Did I miss that?
You probably. I mean, Ricky says all kinds of crap.
He's got all sorts of things he says wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's just one of them.
Watch Letterkenny, which you guys should watch if you haven't watched. Fantastic show. It's on Hulu if you've got Hulu. And then someone else suggested that I watch Trailer Park Boys, and I'm like, okay, sure. And then I found out it's another Canadian-based show. Well, this is going to be solid. I love it. I just love the seasons are short.
Yep.
And that is a strength for them.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
It takes place in this trailer park, and it doesn't drag on. Like stuff happened. Like I think I watched a season in like a week or so, and Catherine asked me at some point like what's going on in the show, or she sat down to watch it with me at some point, and I explained stuff that happened, and I said that was all of last season. She's just like, wow, that a lot of stuff happens really quickly. But yeah, it doesn't drag. Definitely a solid show.
Action packed. Couple of Donnybrooks.
But yeah.
All right. Sounds like you're looking forward to quite a lot of things.
Yeah, I am looking forward to quite a lot of things. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to, as you mentioned, Church's concert.
Church's.
That is that is actually kind of crazy because that whole weekend is gonna be nuts for me.
Is it?
Like September for me is pretty like relaxed. Like I don't really have much of anything planned.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff to do, but it's not like it's all just kind of, like side project type of work and stuff. It's not like anything, socially awesome, I guess. But yeah, so that weekend, that Thursday night is the Church's concert. Then Friday morning, I have a meeting with a contractor, a design build contractor, because I'm going to be redoing my kitchen.
Oh yeah.
So like they're coming over that Friday morning to like take a look and like get all the deets.
Tell you what you can do.
Yeah, discuss the project and stuff. And they won't be able to start till like early next year anyhow. But this is like to figure out what the scope is,
Right. It's requirements gathering, if you will.
Yes, yeah. And then after that, Friday afternoon, I guess, I'm going to be traveling up north. I'm playing in a hockey tournament with some friends that weekend.
Where at?
Up in Wausau, where I used to live.
In the Saw. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, so a bunch of guys I used to skate with up there, they kind of organized this tournament and invited a bunch of us. So, going to be going up there. We'll see what that's all about because it's like the first one of these types of tournaments that they're running. But should be fun seeing people. And then, so that's that weekend. And then Monday morning, I'm playing in a golf tournament at Black Wolf Run, which is a really, really nice course. It's like it's like a sister course to Whistling Straits.
Oh, really?
Which hosted it's owned by like the same company. It's owned by Kohler or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Were you at Max's wedding?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys were at Max's wedding.
Yeah, they had it at the place.
Yeah, the American Club, which is pretty much right. That's where Black Wolf Run is.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that place was really nice, and
Yeah.
like everything Kohler is with or associated with is super nice.
Yeah, I mean they got a good chunk of money.
They got all the things.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's a really really nice course. So I'm pretty excited.
That's exciting
to play that. But yeah, that like entire 5-day stretch there is just.
You're doing all the things.
Like I'm doing so many things.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But that's October. That's the beginning of October. So I got a month here, but that's fine.
Yeah,
I got stuff to do, stuff to take care of.
You got things.
So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, that's going to be an exciting weekend.
Oh yeah.
And sports. Sure. You're doing so many sports.
Sports and concerts, music, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Just a full weekend.
Yeah,
that's solid.
I'm gonna be freaking exhausted.
You are. Whereas myself, I will enjoy the Churches concert. I don't know if we'll still be playing football by then. You never know if you win or not.
How late does your season go, even if you make it like all the way?
Well, I think it's I don't know.
How many rounds are there?
Rest of the playoff schedule is. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 rounds.
Well, you're in the second round.
2 or 3 rounds, and then.
So are you in the final or not?
No, semifinal.
There's not just 2 rounds.
3 rounds then, including the championship round.
I would include that in the playoffs, yeah.
I believe that the championship is part of the playoffs, yes. So
it shouldn't last longer than September, right?
But
There's no
big
buts.
question.
There's no buts in football.
There is a but. There is a but in football. There's lots of buts.
No, you have tight ends.
Well,
knee slapper
times. The old pun dog. You ever see that dog meme? The old. Oh, I love it.
I don't think so. Maybe there's a lot of dog memes.
I'm sending it to you. Doggos are great.
Doggos are fantastic.
So I'm gonna copy this and go here, and you've got that now. Sorry for sending it. Wow, that's
a long URL.
Rough URL.
Yeah.
And the image I sent you, like it looks. Oh, that's a Facebook.
Gross. Oh, ew, gross.
Okay,
don't click on that.
Don't click the first one. Click the second one.
Click that first
one.
All
right. So second result is the one you want.
That's the exact same URL. What are you doing?
No, it's a different Google result. Clay.
Get some SEO URLs, some canonical URLs in here. I don't want none of this crap. Not clicking it. Not clicking it, Ryan.
Not clicking it. I promise.
I don't care what meme it is. I'm not clicking it.
All right. What was I even talking about?
We're talking about playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs. There's butts. There's butts.
And tight ends.
They are who we thought they were.
Let them off the
hook. No, so if we win the league championship, if we win our league, our team will then be looking to enter a national tournament.
Whoa. You're saying there's 2 playoffs?
I'm saying there's 2 rounds of playoffs, which have a certain amount of rounds within them.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. I got you now.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, if we win the league, we'll be looking to get into a national tournament, and so that could go on further. Like I think the first year I played, we won a national tournament. I believe that championship game was played in November.
Jesus.
Like the first week in November. So
that's like the same. I think that's the same as like the state football championship that weekend. They usually do it the first weekend of November or first week, Thursday and Friday there.
Yeah, so it all depends. It all depends on if we first of all win the league, and then second of all get into a tournament, and then like when and where is the tournament and how is it together and all the stuff. So
Sure.
we will see. But if I'm not playing football that weekend, I will not be an exhausted man. I will likely just be playing an obscene amount of video games.
Ooh, the segue.
The segue. So smooth. So yeah, that whole weekend I would likely just be tearing apart whatever video game I'm currently into.
And are there any video games that would be coming out close to then? Like late September, early October there? Or would you be looking at playing a game that has already come out?
So I would probably be looking to play a game that already came out, because my first thing about like video games right now, especially that. Oh, excuse me. Oh no. Okay.
I'm not editing that out.
No,
Just
please
saying.
don't. It belongs.
Yes.
It was part of this show is real, and we don't edit
a real
anything out of the
show.
shows because
Yeah.
we give the fans exactly what they came here for.
Yeah.
So the thing with like games for me right now is I buy games sometimes, and I have games that I haven't already beaten
So many games.
or haven't already played out. You know,
Are you more of a console guy, or do you play PC games?
100% console guy.
Okay.
So I have a computer capable of playing PC games, like some of them, but that is only because my job has supplied me with a computer that is
Sure.
capable.
Okay, I gotcha.
Right.
And you don't
Like-
want to really put games on your work computer there.
Exactly. And I mean, fun fact, this is the last podcast being recorded on my old work computer
Ooh.
because I've got a shiny new one that has so much more RAM and much more processor.
All the RAM.
All of the RAM. Downloadmoreram.com.
Yep.
If you guys go there, you need more RAM. I don't know why I didn't go on this one, but I should have just gone to downloadmoreram.com.
Well, now you know.
Download some more. So for the listeners out there, if you need more RAM, just go download it.
Please don't.
But yeah, so I'm not a PC gamer. Have never been a PC gamer. I mean, I guess like a couple times. I think I played like a trucking simulator game.
You played one of those trucking simulators?
Yeah, I played one of those trucking simulator games on like an old Dell Inspiron desktop that is from like 2004 or 5. It's super old, like way back then. I had a trucking simulator game, and I actually liked that game. It was
Really?
it's weird to think about it now, right? Like with all the games that I play and like all the different types of games that there are,
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed simulating being a trucker. And I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go pick up this trailer at this place, and I need to get it to another place, but I need to like kind of follow the rules of the road and not like ruin the cargo. Like if you drove too hard, it would like your cargo would get damaged, and so you would show up and you'd only get paid like 30% if you like ruined everything.
How long were the routes?
I don't even remember. Like it wasn't, the whole thing wasn't like, you could do some local, like move a thing from one side of town to the other, but the more air quotes fun version of it was to take something, you know, from one part of like a state to another part of a state or something, right?
Yeah. So, like, were there any like obstacles, like bad guys you had to maneuver around?
You're trying
Or
to
was
make it
just the rules
so
of the road.
much cooler than it was.
Nah,
It's the way of the road, Clay. It's the way of the road.
I get it. For some reason, those are actually kind of popular games. Like the truck simulator is a farming simulator.
Farming Simulator is a huge one for like it comes out every other year, right?
I think it comes out every single year.
No, you know what? Fun fact. I know that Farming Simulator comes out every 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Because we know a guy who plays it all
facts.
the time. He plays it, and he legitimately, like, he is and has been a farmer.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I hear about guys like truckers who go home and then go and like play that game. I'm like, why? Why would you spend your off time doing exactly what you're doing?
like I said, like there's been people like I know that are farmers and have been like, oh yeah, I'm playing Farming Simulator. I'm totally saving up on Farming Simulator to get like this super cool machine for this thing, and it's like, I get that you think the reason why it's cool, right, is because it's probably like a piece of super expensive or fancy equipment that in real life you never get. But at the same time, I hear what you're saying. Like,
but, oh my god,
like I would never play a video game that was Software Developer Simulator.
Yeah, and here's how hypocritical I am, because like I go, I code all day, and then I come home and I have side projects where I code.
And you code some more. Yeah, but I guess you're right.
Like,
that is you doing your day job in your off time.
Yeah, God, I feel
and
so
I'm
hypocritical.
I'm guilty of it too, and I agreed with you on like you wouldn't be a trucker and then play Trucking Simulator. How silly is that? But like I'm over here, and me too. Like I.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's the only like PC gaming that I've ever done. Are you PC or console or a mix of both or what?
I'm mostly PC nowadays. I do have my own like gaming, well, not necessarily gaming rig, but I've built a PC that's a fairly decent build. So yeah, I have an Xbox, an Xbone, if you will.
Okay.
But I really only have that for the games that are like exclusives.
So for your Halos and like
Yeah. For the Halos and then like sports games. Even though Madden this year has come out for the PC, although I don't really play Madden anymore, but
I was thinking of picking up the new Madden.
They're looking at depending on how Madden does for the PC this year, they're looking at adding other their other sports games. And really the only game I play on the console is the NHL game.
Okay.
Like, if that came to PC though, like the only reason I'd use Xbox would be probably like Netflix.
So you're not big into like Halo anymore?
Halo, like after Halo went away from Bungie.
What was the last
to
Bungie?
343. Halo Reach.
Reach was the last Bungie one, right?
Yeah. After that, like I didn't like it. I didn't like the style of it. I didn't like the story. Like I play games. I'm not huge into the whole multiplayer aspect. Like with Halo, I was always big into the story. Like I've read the books and stuff. So like I was always into the campaign and everything, and that's why I played it. But like the new Halo games, like they've just completely botched the story, or it sucks.
So they're like, do you think is their focus more? Because I haven't played Halo since college. Probably with you.
Yeah.
Like I haven't played Halo since, because I don't have like, not a lot of my friends that I hang out with anymore, or like play games with at all, have Xboxes.
Yeah.
And I don't have an Xbox. So like, are they just super focused on the online aspect of it now, or what? Like, do you think that's why the story is not as great?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've definitely... Well, Halo's always kind of had a big multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, it revolutionized multiplayer games.
Well, yeah, and I'm like Halo multiplayer online, even just like local multiplayer, but like Halo multiplayer online is what got me into playing like multiplayer first-person shooters online.
Yeah. But like I pretty much suck at shooters, so like I don't really enjoy playing online. Not like I still will play if if I have a friend that gets on or whatever and wants to play, like I'll play, but like I pretty much suck. But I would say in terms of games for me, like multiplayer is very weird. Like I don't like playing against people. Like I don't get anything out of that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like I'd rather play with people. And that may mean, going online and forming a party and then playing against people, but like I'm not like competitive about it.
Okay, so like the thing that you like about online play, if you do play online, is that you're doing online play with a group.
Yeah, and I'm more about having fun with that than actually trying to like win or anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing where like I traditionally have enjoyed playing kind of like by myself online. Like during college, like when I had people around to like play with more often,
yeah,
I liked going online with them and playing, like you said, like on the same team and whatnot. But the majority of the time that like I play, first person shooters, especially online, is by myself, and I am / do get really competitive in that way. Like I'm not screaming at everything, but like I get into it, and I do want to be, I want to, have the most kills or the most, like stickies or the most whatever. Like I want to get on some sort of leaderboard, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I've done the best at something here.
Sure.
So like that's the thing that keeps, like, I played a bunch of like Call of Duty games. Like Call of Duty was like huge for me, like in college and stuff, and has kind of been since. But this last Call of Duty, this World War II, I probably played half an hour of online. Like I didn't play it, and I played it for the story. Yeah. And the story in that one was really good. The gameplay is what you typically expect, basically. But like the story was really good, and the gameplay was good, as it usually is. So like that, I thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of it, and I paid for like PlayStation Online, but I didn't go and play like a lot of it online. So I think like I like playing like a lot of like solo games, really.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I really enjoy like the story modes, the campaigns. And I play that, obviously I play that solo or whatever. But although like with the Bungie Halo games, like you could play online co-op, the campaign or whatever. And that was a lot of fun. Oh my god, that was
that's awesome.
I had so much fun playing that with friends, doing the co-op, just doing the missions and stuff.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But yeah, I don't know if they have that anymore. I guess I haven't tried because I don't know if I have anybody that would want to play it with me. Like the new Halo games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really checked out, but even still, like the story for the new Halo games, just I don't think it's really I don't think they're really all that great.
It's just not really there anymore.
Yeah. Like it doesn't have that same connection, like emotional connection that like the Bungie story had. The original like Halo trilogy or series.
Yeah.
That arc. There was a lot more that connected you about it.
Yeah, and I think like a really good story is what makes a game for me, right? Like my favorite games are games you can't even play with other people. Like you just 100% solo. The Last of Us is
that like that game and like the Uncharted games. Like I wish I had a PS4 or whatever to play those games.
So good. Like
because those are like my type of games.
And it's cool because when you play a game like that, even if it's not like a multiplayer game, it's designed to be played by one person. Games like that are cinematic in a way, right? Where like you can kind of watch the story, and the cool thing that Naughty Dog does with those games is they like super seamlessly, especially these days, transition you from a cutscene into the gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's awesome. So there's been times like I played through The Last of Us, and there were times where my wife just kind of sat there and hung out,
right,
and was just watching me play through this thing, because the game, like I like those games where you basically play through a movie, kind of.
Yep. And that's really what drew me in. I love the Mass Effect franchise, like, and that was a big thing for that series, was they made it very, very cinematic.
Yeah,
and it was super, super cool. And I was really excited for the new like Mass Effect game, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah,
and like I still would like to eventually go and finish that game. I'm like, I don't know, 10 hours into it or something.
Okay.
Which isn't very far, but like they like that was supposed to be a new trilogy, and because of just how awful EA botched that whole release and everything, it just tanked pretty much.
Yeah.
And so they ended up like canceling the rest of the games.
Oh,
so like even if I go and finish the game, like there's gonna be cliffhangers and things because they left them for the other games to come.
Right.
So, like that's very disappointing.
Yeah, that'd be rough to get into a game knowing it was designed to be part of a larger arc and having it not go anywhere. Potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love games. I love games like that. The other thing though, like another getting back to me having games but never like not finishing games is games like Fallout. Right?
Oh yeah.
Things like that where
games.
I don't know how many hours I put into Fallout, but like I Fallout 4 specifically, like I got that, and I put I don't know how many hours, not like an obscene amount of hours, but yeah, a good amount of hours for any game for me, I guess. And at some point, like I just bought another game where it's more linear. There is more like a definitive path and like an end to it for sure, right? Like I probably got Fallout 4 and then like Uncharted 4 came out.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I did get I got the special edition of like Uncharted 4. It was like the steelbook and like the extra stuff, and it came with the Nathan Drake collection. So I've got like the remastered version of the first Uncharted games, the first three, along with Fallout Uncharted 4. But like that ends up happening to me. Like I end up playing a game like Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is like the majority of the reason why I bought a Nintendo Switch.
I think that's why most people bought it.
Most people, Switch. Right? It's like, oh, get Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild, and like Nintendo's killing it right now.
Oh, for sure,
be honest.
they are. Well,
with the Switch, like they turned it around.
Well, after Wii U, they really couldn't go anywhere but up.
And that's the thing, is that's the crazy thing about like Nintendo for me is I had absolutely no interest in Nintendo for years. Like I didn't for I don't know if I have no idea if the Zelda game like I think it was like Wind Waker or Wind Waker or something.
Yeah.
Wind Waker for GameCube. Like I never had a GameCube.
Yeah, me neither.
But Wind Waker came out, and for some reason I just felt like I wouldn't enjoy that game. Such I played like a little demo of it in the store one time. Was like meh.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if that was like a good.
I don't think it was.
Nintendo just wasn't. Nintendo just wasn't doing good things for a little while there, at least for me.
Compared to other, it didn't have anything that you were the target audience for.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we've been talking about, like I was into those first person shooters or like those really great cinematic games and all that junk. I just seemed like Nintendo didn't really have that, and then some maniac at Nintendo was just like, let's basically take this. The Switch is based off of like an NVIDIA gaming tablet, I'm pretty sure.
Probably. I can see it. The craziest thing is when I saw the like the release trailer, the teaser trailer, whatever you want to call it, for the Nintendo Switch, like that, like unveiling of the Switch, I was like, that thing looks so dumb.
Oh my god, me too.
I was like, well, and of course they had like the girl or whatever taking it out to like a rooftop party or something. Like, who would do that?
Who's gonna do this?
That just doesn't resonate with anyone. This is so dumb. And of course, like I go on Reddit and everyone's like, "This is so cool." I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah, I when they first announced that, because it was like this whole they're gonna announce a new thing and it's got to be awesome, and what's the next thing gonna be? And they announced it, and I was like, that seems kind of cool. But at the same time, I was with you. I was like, it's whatever. It's not a big deal, and it's not. And then I thought to myself, it's going to be way too expensive. Like, I'm not. Why would I pay that much for that when it's like it's again? So what I was thinking of was the NVIDIA Shield K1.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's based on that or like at all or whatever.
Took some inspiration, maybe.
Basically like the same idea, just with like attached controllers. But yeah, like I was just like, no, there's no way I'm gonna get one, and it's gonna be too expensive to pay for that and stuff. And it's like I've gotten that, and between like Zelda and Mario Kart and all of like the decent AAA titles that have come out so far, there's been so many solid indie games that have come out either specifically for the Switch or been like redone for the Switch, like re-released. And like they're bringing so many solid indie developer games to the table for like such cheap prices that it's super easy for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'll like toss 10, 15 bucks at this random game that I like people say is good and play it, anywhere where like I've taken it, to work and played it like over in lunch break.
Sure.
And stuff, or like taking it, on like a road trip or whatever. Like we took it with us when we went to like Colorado.
Sure.
And you just like brought the dock and throw the dock on whatever TV you want and stuff. And it's not as bulky to take anywhere as your full on console, but you do get pretty decent like console gaming off of it.
Yeah. As as the years, or I don't know how long it's been since that was released, though. Like as I've seen it, I played a little bit of that new Zelda game at a friend's house.
Yeah.
Like I kind of get it now. Like I understand why people were excited about it. And then, but also the fact that they're also like opening it up to third parties, because Nintendo was all about first party. Like they didn't allow anybody else to really design or develop games for their consoles, really. Or well, I guess they did, but
not at the level that the Switch is doing
right.
it. Like the Switch is just like nuts. Like their eShop to like find games is kind of rough at this point.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's rough. Like I don't know what they're doing, but it's not right. I don't.
Their UX team is not doing a quality job apparently.
They're not killing it, but like there's just so many indie games. You can get Skyrim for the 5th time.
Yeah,
if you want.
I wonder if I could get GTA 5 for like the 4th time. I have that. I got that game for the 360, and then I got it again for the Xbox One. And then because I have friends that I play on the PC with, they were like, "We're gonna get it for the PC." I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm getting it again for the PC."
Yeah.
So I have 3 different copies of GTA 5. But honestly, I have no regrets about it. That game is freaking awesome.
Dude, I was thinking about buying it for PS4 the other day just so that I could have it on PS4 and play it like at a better like resolution or whatever the differences are.
Right, and that's why I bought it, with the Xbox One instead of, even though I already had it for the 360.
And I've got my PS3 sitting next to my PS4, underneath my TV, so it's just as easy. I was just playing Portal 2 with a buddy.
Oh, yeah.
And like we finished up like the co-op campaign, the other weekend, and we did that on the PS3, but that's like the first time I've touched 3 in a while, and it's just like the laziness of like, I just want to play the PS4. It's what I usually use that would drive me to be like, yeah, I'll get Grand Theft Auto 5 on it and play through it again.
Yeah. Was it you and I that did Portal 2 co-op in college?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody else that would have done it with me.
Yeah, you're the one who got me into Portal, and then my buddy Luke, he and I were like looking for something to play co-op. I mean, we're looking for other like co-op games to play together.
Yeah.
But like we started playing Portal and just fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's great. But GTA 5, like, so that has the whole like GTA Online thing.
Yeah, which was a mess to start.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still kind of is a mess. Like, I enjoy, like, every now and then, our group of, our online PC group will kind of go in and play and do some missions or whatever, and that's fun. But, like, we don't really go to play against the other people on the map. Like, they're just kind of... Those other people are just kind of there in the background.
They're just there.
Yeah. And most of the time, they actually ruin our fun.
Yeah, that's what I realized, what I noticed when I was playing GTA 5 online, was that it just seemed like other people were kind of ruining the onlineness, and it would have been pretty cool if I could get on with just like a group of friends, or just even random people, and have it not just be about, like, murdering each other to be kind of dicks. And,
that's pretty much all it is.
More of like, if I had like a group of people on like PC play GTA 5 together, and like other people weren't ruining it, and like just play as a, like, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's fun. But like GTA 5 for me, that the story in that game is one of the best stories of any video game.
Yeah, I loved it, and that's why I wanted
fantastic.
To buy it again, because I'm like, I would love to play back through this.
And like I never really was into any of the other Grand Theft Auto games. Like, I'd played GTA 4 a little bit and stuff, and I've played a little bit of the GTA, Vice City and San Andreas, just little pieces of them. But I never really got into them. Yeah, because I didn't at the time, as a younger boy, wasn't
as
really,
a young lad.
I wasn't all really into those types of games. I was more into Madden and stuff. But GTA 5 was like, holy crap, this is a really, really, really good game. Yeah. But yeah, those kind of games resonate with me. But like the Call of Duties, I don't really care for. The Fortnites, I don't really care for.
I just don't understand.
It's just Battle Royale. It's just you with 100 people or whatever, and see who lasts the longest.
Yeah,
And,
I think I've discovered that I don't like that.
Yeah, like I don't care for. Like I said, I don't really care to play against people. Like I want to play with people.
Yeah, and like I said, I like playing against people to like beat them at things, but for some reason, battle royale style games where you're like trying to be the last man, like I'm just not into it all that much.
It's such a huge like fad right now too.
Oh yeah,
PUBG. You've got Fortnite. You've got some other games that are coming out with some battle royale game modes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's just at some point, give it a year or something. Something else is gonna come along and people are gonna.
Right.
I just maybe we're just too old, Ryan. Maybe we're too old for those games.
Are we the ones who are out of touch?
No, it's the children who are wrong.
It's the children who are wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I hope to get back into like Zelda. I didn't finish, and I always feel bad.
You should probably finish that.
I always feel bad walking away from games like that because I feel like I'm to forget.
Yeah.
Some of how to play it. You know.
Yeah. I hear you. It takes a little bit to get back into it.
But I do want to like swing back into it and get through there and finish the game. And like I always want to come back to like, but at the same time, I just bought like the PlayStation had a huge sale, and I just bought.
Are just the worst.
Oh god! And like as a PC gamer, I bet like there's Steam sales.
Steam sales, it just ruined me.
Oh yeah, and then like you add like how many flipping games do you have in your library that you have never touched?
Over half.
Right. And so like I just bought God of War, the new one, because it's supposed to be fantastic and it was on sale.
Yeah.
And then I forgot what else I bought. But I bought these couple games, and I had to like remove other games that I hadn't played because I bought them digitally.
Yeah.
I had to remove other games that I hadn't played from my PlayStation because I only have 5 gigs of storage, and I've somehow eaten that all up between sales and like PlayStation Plus gives you like 2 free games every month.
Yeah.
And so like I know that I want at least one of the games for this month that's coming out in September because this month they have Destiny 2 and God of War 3 like remastered.
Destiny 2, like I was really excited for Destiny because it was a Bungie game, and that game almost made me get a PlayStation instead of an Xbox, a PS4
really?
instead of an Xbox One. But I ended up waiting, and then it like Destiny got a whole bunch of like bad reviews, and I realized it really wasn't the game I thought it would be.
They weren't who we thought they were.
Nope. And we let them off the hook.
A lot of people did. They made a second one.
Yeah, well, they claimed to fix the things that were bad about the first one, but I don't. From what I have heard from my friends is if you didn't really enjoy the first one, you're not going to enjoy the second one.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really fix it all that much.
They didn't fix it enough.
Yeah. There's still a bunch of crap that... what? Oh my god, what's that? I'm trying to think of that one game that came out that looks really good. What is it called?
Oh, No Man's Sky.
I have that. They've done a good job with that, updating it.
Okay.
I play that a little bit on the PC. No, it's not that game. Man, did it come out in 2017 maybe? You know what? I'm really looking forward to 2 games though. Death
Stranding.
Oh, okay. So the one I was thinking about is Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's another one that
It's a game that I think you'd probably like.
You know what I might have done, Clay?
You might have bought that on sale.
Just bought that on sale.
I've heard I've heard some really, really good things about it. Like it's gotten a lot of praise. I haven't personally played it, but just like from what I've heard and what I've seen of it, like it looks like a game you'd probably really enjoy.
Oh yeah, 2 items from Sony Entertainment Network.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero. So I did. I bought Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
This is how bad I am, guys. This is how bad I am, everyone. With like and this is the reason why I had to uninstall other games. Like I uninstalled NBA 2K18 or whatever because I got that as a PlayStation Plus game.
Yeah.
And I went through like a month where I played it, and I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of all this space so that I can install Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition, because it came with all the DLC and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And then Resident Evil 7.
Oh, okay.
So I bought both of those, and like I bought it. So now I'm looking forward even more to playing Horizon Zero Dawn because I had heard things.
Yeah. So good luck with that. But there's 2 games that I'm really looking forward to in the future, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh yes.
Like, I mean,
it's another classic Rockstar game.
Yeah, it's a Rockstar game, and if it's as good as the first Red Dead Redemption or GTA 5, then it's gonna be really good. And then the other one is Cyberpunk
2077.
Yeah,
dude, I'm excited for that.
The creators of the Witcher games.
Because I played Witcher 3. That's another game that I want to get back into.
Yeah. That's another one of those RPG games that you can spend a lot of time on.
Yeah. So I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, definitely want to do it. Amazon got rid of, recently, their pre-order discount.
Oh, really?
They used to have a 20% pre-order discount for some games.
Yeah, and I've always struggled with it because I want to get that discount, but at the same time I buy all my games digitally now.
Yeah.
So I can't get the discount that way.
And they replaced it with a $10 discount, like a $10 store credit, is basically what they did.
Oh. And
that people are thinking that now more games are going to be up for pre-order because not every game was pre-order.
I'll tell you what, don't ever pre-order.
And digital games.
Ryan, don't ever pre-order.
So I may or may not have already
Gosh darn it, Ryan.
Pre-ordered a few games because I wanted to get the 20%. I think there were games that I knew I wanted. I just know I want them. And so I was like, I got to get the 20% off as opposed to the $10 credit if I can even get the $10 credit for each one of these. And I know I want them, and I know I want them right away. I very rarely buy games on launch day, and I very rarely pre-order games. I don't want to be I know what you're saying. You don't want to be disappointed, right? You don't want to pre-order a game and have it be trash?
Yeah. That almost happened to me with Destiny. That could have been really bad.
But I don't know. There's some things where it's if you could pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2, would you?
No.
No,
I'm not going. No, I'm not going to.
Why?
Why should I?
Because you already know.
I'll just. But what if day one, there's just game-breaking patch or issues that you can't even play it.
Yeah.
What's the point then?
That's another thing that grinds my gears is 10 gig day one patches.
Yeah.
Bothering me.
And of course, their servers are never ready for that.
Oh God, no! Who would expect that people would buy our video game and then have to download each individual 10 gigs of stuff that we apparently messed up or had to change.
I mean, we know deadlines. We know our industry.
I know. I
It's
understand.
not an excuse, though.
Sorry, game developers. We know, but still,
it's I had this conversation. Well, I guess I didn't have the conversation, but this was very, very relevant to a project I had just done.
Yeah.
Where it was, you had a hard deadline for something, and all these milestones or smaller deadlines for things just continually got missed, which pushed everything back. But of course, it doesn't push back the go live deadline.
Oh no, yeah, you gotta go live,
which is insane to me.
Like why? Ugh.
So we had our sunset meeting for the project, and for those of you who aren't familiar with I guess, is it an agile thing? A sunset meeting?
I don't know if it's an actual.
I don't know if it's unique
artifact
to agile, or I mean, we're mostly waterfall, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, we try to do some agile things, but we're mostly waterfall. That's just the way of the agency life, I guess. But how dare you, Ryan?
I'm so sorry.
Beep at me.
It
better be good food.
It's the oven.
that's trying to heat up your house.
It's my wife's trying to heat the house in the summer with the oven.
But but we so we're talking about, that gets brought up that these milestones are missed or whatever, and everyone recognizes it's a problem, but somebody's like, well, it's part of the industry, and I wanted to absolutely just choke the man. Because it's only part of our industry because we allow it to be.
Oh, very true.
Like everyone just accepts it. And it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. That's like, oh, yeah, you got to get this thing done, and you have to get it done by this time, and it doesn't matter what you have to do to make it happen. And then you end up with something that potentially just, isn't great.
No, it's never great. It's never great when you have to rush something like that.
And then you have to put more effort into later on around the garbage spaghetti that you wrote.
Yeah.
Or you have to, like you said, you have to put out that day one patch. You have to put something out and know that you're missing a chunk.
Yeah.
And have to, do that later under the radar. Maybe you're getting paid for it. Maybe you're not, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's just because, you're right. It's just because we accept that as a reality of our industry.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be that way. And so, when game developers, delay the launch of their game, I'm never mad about that. Yeah. Because I'd rather them do that. I would like to play the game as soon as possible because I like new experiences and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can wait, though. It's not that big of a deal. There's plenty of other games that I have in my, library that I could, spend the time playing instead to, for the time being. If that is the difference between, having a really shoddy game or getting everything in and testing it and making sure it's working and is the best experience possible.
Yeah.
I will pick delaying every single time.
Yeah, I would much rather have a complete product that is just number one, fully functional, and number two, exactly, what we want / what the developers intended, right? Because no developer, game or otherwise, wants to put out something that is, subpar or not. You could be a perfectionist and you could tweak everything
Yeah, I mean, you have to. There's a limit, obviously.
Yeah, there's your MVP, right? Like your minimum viable product,
minimum valuable product.
I
mean, you're right that's the term viable, but it really should be minimum valuable product is what you're actually shooting for.
Like but
that's semantics, though.
Well, yeah. But that's kind of what we do sometimes.
Well, right.
But yeah, like there's that, and then there's over engineering it or like trying to make it overly whatever. Like it would be nice to always be able to just get the good product out, right? Like get it so that it's great and meets all the requirements and gets everything done, and you didn't have to cut corners. Anything else, but that's just not the life for us or game developers.
Yeah. Well, we had a really good conversation going, so I didn't want to stop it, but we're like 10 minutes over.
Oh yeah, the people have had enough.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. So I think this is a good spot to end this episode.
Yeah.
Although I feel like we have a lot more that we could say.
We could.
But we can leave that for another episode.
Well, we can do video games round 2 at some point, right?
Future us can handle it.
Yep. I think Future Us will thank Past Us for, leaving them something to work with, right?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Binary Brothers Podcast. We can't wait for you to tune in next time. But until then, make sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and BinaryBrothersPodcast.com.